Hiya folks, welcome to John's Garage this week. This week we're going to do something a little bit different. I've had an arrival in the yard and I thought we'd maybe go and have a little look at it and see what you guys think, okay? Okay, so folks, don't act like you're not impressed. This is, or was, a 1993 Toyota MR2 5-speed manual, and it's a 2-litre naturally aspirated version of the car, so it's not a turbo. And I can tell you're impressed. This is magnificent. Just look at the beauty, the poise, the speed. Now, as you can probably tell, this was a project that for whatever reason got abandoned. Okay, it got so far, and then for whatever reason, whatever happened, somebody just decided, you know, it's probably not a good idea progressing with this one. So that happened a number of years ago. I'm not actually sure exactly when that happened, but a long time back. And it was sold, and the new owner took it on, and he moved the project on a little bit further, and then it got parked up again and is kind of left in its current condition. So why do I have it? Well, some of you on social media may have picked up, I also have an MR2. Slightly better condition than this. I mean slightly, because unfortunately things have gone wrong with my project. So there's a fuel tank underneath the driver's seat in these, and Toyota in their infinite wisdom decided to run the coolant pipe above the fuel tank to right the length of the car up to the front. And unfortunately, I was just getting mine ready to fill them. I got it NCT'd, had rebuilt the brakes, had done a lot of other work to it, was driving it into town, and up shoots the needle and up she boils. And unfortunately, the pipe above the fuel tank seems to have burst. That dumped the coolant, and there's a lot of coolant in these. That dumped the coolant, and unfortunately it was too late by the time I knew what had happened. So what I decided to do was to buy an engine, and this, we'll just call it donor car. Now, when I first looked at it, I didn't give it a great look over, and I was kind of thinking to myself, do you know what? I bet this car could very easily be rebuilt and put back on the road. Unfortunately, I didn't get down on my knees and look at it very well. So, yeah. Now, some of the condition was a little bit more obvious than others. A little bit of filler there. Some of the condition was a little bit more obvious that things were wrong. Some of it didn't look too bad in my eyes. Bear in mind, it was a full storm on the day I looked at it. But yeah, it arrived. Now, the seller was very good. He was kind enough to actually drop it to my yard because I don't have a trailer, nor do I have a hitch. But he was kind enough to drive it up here, park it up, and yeah, I think in hindsight, this is probably not the car to try and rescue. That is the axle stand, and you'll notice it's kind of sunk up into the car a little bit, which seems to be a common theme running in this car, is that everything seems to have disintegrated to some degree. So yeah, I had a romantic notion. Yeah, geez, do you know what the channel needs? It needs a rebuild. We need to get a project car on the go. And I had a romantic notion that this might be it, but I can absolutely tell you it is not it. Unless, of course, some of you want to argue with me and volunteer to do some grunt work. I don't mind. Now, I'm told the engine starts. Unfortunately, as you can see, there's 5 fuses missing there. So therefore, the engine currently does not start. I did go in and price up those 5 fuses at a main dealer. It was coming to over €70. And I just said, for the sake of just trying to start an engine, it wasn't really worth it. Now, what I am hoping to do is, when my own car gets here, I am hoping to give it a go, maybe to transfer the fuses over from my own and see how we get on. Unfortunately, it's been dry all morning, but the rain seems to have arrived. But let's have a little look inside and see what we got. Okay, there are things here to like. The leather interior ain't too bad. So this is kind of, I gave it a quick look over previously, but not really too much. Now, it has been raining quite heavy, and that is good news because the interior is dry, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want to hear, is that there is a dry interior. because that means that the roof seals are probably good on the target top. Okay, now for my one, and I will make a video on my one eventually, I have panels to go over these to block out the sunshine. But this car has a couple of other nice little additions. So the leather interior is good. Driver's seat's warm, but we can get that repaired. What mileage is on the clock? The 136,000. That's not too bad. Okay, I know it's grubby. I know it's absolutely vile, in fact. But what I want to see is good. Okay, that's perfect. There's a lot of little bits and pieces I could do here on mine. What's the condition of the carpet like, I wonder? Apart from being gross. It's not too bad. Is it dry? Yeah, it's dry. Brilliant. Okay. We're winning. We are winning on this side of the car. That is good. I'm really, really happy about that. So let's continue our little look. I wonder if there's nothing hidden in behind the driver's seat there. Nope, there is a seat that's barely there. Does that lift up? I think that does. Okay, and it reveals a plastic box. Brilliant. Okay. 5-speed box is always good. We got a key and we got the immobilizer fob. Okay, these are not bad things. What's going on with the engine? Well, it's environmentally friendly, so that'll keep Eamon Ryan good and happy. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. Now, there was something here I did want to check, so I need to... Yeah, of course. What a time to get stuck, eh? There we go. Just hold on up there. It's not really stiff enough that it's not loose enough, I mean, that it's gonna end up falling down top of me, but all the same, is that solid? Yes, it appears not to have rusted through. That is good, because that for some reason is missing on my one. It's Toyota 16 valve, no turbochargers here, which is fine, that's okay, I'm alright with that. Engine cover I need for mine. Yeah, so someone seems to have messed with it a little bit, but we'll get over that. It's nicely aerated. Is the boot open? Not from here, it doesn't. 2-litre GTI 16 valve. Let's see if the boot opens from the pull. I love getting cars like this and just poking around them and seeing what you can see. Okay. Now, there is lots of stuff here I can transfer over to my own. I know I haven't showed it to you yet, but you'll get to see that in a later video, and I'll talk more about the disaster that unfolded with my lovely project car. Okay, oh great. I was looking for those. That's where they are. We'll just put it down there and maybe block some of that draft coming in. We got fog lights, great. Those little panels that looks like part of the air intake. Bezel for the headlamp, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, folks. Whatever it is, appears to be off this car. Ooh, they're hard to get, and it's not cracked. Even better. Now, I'm just going to say, folks, as well, nothing on this car is for sale. This is part of a project, so please don't start messaging me saying, can I buy your sexy orange indicators? I actually want those. They are going on my car. Okay, the other one of those, that's super. What else have we got down here? Ooh. Rubber bits and pieces. Oh, they're off the side windows. Yeah, we need those. They're handy to have. A little crack in it, unfortunately. Toyota badge. We love Toyota here, so we'll keep that badge. What else? That looks like part of an ashtray. Is that what that is? I'm not 100% sure. Ooh, I know what this is though. Spare switches. I like spare switches. Always handy to have spare switches. What else? Footrest for the driver's side. Okay, that's really, really good. Window washer pump, I think. What do we got here? What ECU is that? Engine control. That's handy to have. Doubtful it'll work on mine, because mine actually is a slightly different engine. Now, I didn't realize this with these when I bought this car. The engines vary a lot between them. So this particular one is a different head to the one on mine. So unfortunately, I can't transfer over the engine, but I'm going to show you in a later video, as in later in a couple of minutes, what I have done in that regard. Okay, so I need to get that last wheel on, and I'll show you something around that last wheel in a minute. Let's see, does this door open? Yes, it does. Great. Door card looks pretty good on this side. So I'm going to maybe look at transferring over, restoring that leather interior, but transferring it over to my own car. Starting in the glove box, maybe a handgun, something weird. Nope, we have all standard stuff, so there's nothing too weird in here. Perfect. Center caps and the alloys. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Headlamp bezel definitely. Oh, missing rear light. Is it intact? Is it intact? It's intact. Brilliant. And even more brilliant, another little corner unit. Excellent. Damn sexy, if I say so myself. Oh, headlamp cover. You need those. They're handy to have. Now, more importantly, all this, let's take this out of the way a little bit. More importantly, what's the leather like? What is the leather like? Ooh, more indicators. Excellent stuff. I'll be. That's damn handy. That is good news. Now, this is, despite being filthy, it appears to be in good condition, and again, appears to be all dry. That is fantastic. I'm just going to throw that back in here because, of course, you know, the second you try and film something, the weather turns shit. Anyway, great. Locks work. That is fantastic. Now, someone at some stage decided it would be a great idea to spray the alloys black. Please do not do that, folks. It looks awful as they age. Yeah, that's reasonably secure. Yeah, we'll be okay. That's fine. Oh, missing seatbelt. Perfect little toe strap. I like it. Look at it there winking at me saying, please don't scrap me. Please save me. I think you might be too far gone, kid. Now, I do have the front bumper as well, so that is worth noting. Rear bumper, less so, but I don't need that for mine, which is fine. I got plenty of corrosion, which, yeah, that's not so good. But yeah, what do you do? Am I right, folks? Is this a parts car only? Is it screwed? It kind of looks that way. If somebody wants to attempt an epic rebuild or guide me through an epic rebuild, feel free, but I'm useless with a spanner. I can't weld, I can't paint, and I have shit all money. So feel free to advise me what to do here. But folks, my heart and head is leaning, well, my heart is leaning towards rebuilding it. My head is very much saying come back on the road. But anyway, it's a UK import originally. Local car to me actually for many years. I do like the colour. I really like that colour. Unfortunately though, I can't weld, and I figure in this is too far gone. And one last thing, in case anyone's wondering how big the boot on a Megane convertible is, it's big enough to hold one wheel of an MR2. I actually couldn't fit in the second one. There is a second one, I have a spare, but that's all I could fit in. I just got tires on them just so I could push it around the place. What was on it literally disintegrated. Now, I mentioned something earlier in the video that I have, which is this. Okay, this was brilliant, looks to be a brilliant engine. I bought it through MR2 Owners Ireland Facebook group. There's a chap on there and he was selling it. So yeah, so the intention was I bought this for the black MR2, which I haven't seen. I'll show you that at a later date, which pretty much fried its engine when the coolant pipe burst. I bought this engine to fit into it. It's absolutely gorgeous. The owner's done a brilliant job making this look as good as it can possibly be. Naturally, of course, there's a small weep of oil out the bottom, but we won't worry too much about that. We'll sort that before it goes in. Well packaged. I'm very grateful for the guy for packaging this up so well and making sure we could transport it down. But yeah, there is a manual gearbox with this. Now, my black MR2 is auto. So my plan was, between that absolutely dreadful condition MR2 and this engine and gearbox, I was thinking of doing a manual conversion of the black one. But as I say, I have this romantic notion that if money just fell out of the sky and I could figure out how to do work, that we could restore both of them actually. Just turn the manual one back to manual. Or sorry, just keep the auto one as an auto, fit this beautiful engine into it and clean it up a little bit. And also rebuild, I don't even know what the colour of the other one is. Just rebuild the other one and put it back and just keep it as an original manual. Like, look at this. That's the attention to detail here is just incredible. I'm really, really grateful. I'm just so happy I got this engine. I haven't even unpackaged it yet. I was just said I'd leave the plastic on to keep the dirt and moisture off it, okay? But yeah, so as I said 100 times before, let me know in the comments, what on earth do I do here? This box also has the ECU for the engine, so just handy to have it just in case. Hit me up with some comments there down below. Let me know what you think. Is this a goner? Can this be saved? Is it worth saving? Is it a parts car only? But just remember, folks, there is no parts for sale off this car. Let me know what you think. What should I do here? As I say, head is saying it's a parts car. Heart says I'd love to do something with this. Reality is I got no skill. So we'll just have to wait on seeing that. All right, folks, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Let me know what you think I should do here. Thank you. Bye-bye.